So yeah, so we're heading to Derbyshire, and eventually I will end up at the bottom of Snake Pass. Well, I'm not going to ride Snake Pass today. Snake Pass I've done many times. It's a nice road. Obviously they've put a lot of average cameras in there and speed cameras, so sort of taking the shine off it a bit. Now, don't get me wrong, we can all get carried away. So instead I'm going to cut across the bottom of it, head down into Buxton, and then I'm going to go round into a reservoir that a couple of years ago, we had that lovely summer, I went swimming in it at 4 o'clock at night. But it's not open on Sundays, as it's, oh fucking hell, as it's a private road. And I think it opens at 4 o'clock in the evenings. That's why we ended up there swimming. It's also shut on bank holidays as well, but it's worth going riding around there. And then you just come out, it goes round and it comes out at the bottom of Snake Pass again. So that's where I'm heading today. It's actually blowing a gale. Nice little campsite here on the right. Probably not open now, but yeah, and just below it is a pub. Stopped in that pub for a couple of days. So I come to Derbyshire quite a lot. It's about 50 miles from my house, and it's got some fantastic roads. But when the weather gets better, you know, some sunshine, some warmer days, I venture over to Wales. A day trip to Wales is about 270 miles for us. So we get up really early, and we get back late. We normally end up at the coast. Have a cup of tea, sit by the sea. Normally go up a couple of the mountains, around a couple of the lakes. It's a long day, but if the weather's okay, it's not bad. Oh no, his indicator's broke. And do a funny little left here, and then we head up a hill. You can tell they've had some rain up here. Look at the middle of the road, full of gravel. The edges are full of gravel. So what have I got coming up this year? Well, in May, and I'm a bit late booking it, I'm either going to go to Ireland with Dawn, or we're going to go to Scotland. We've not made our minds up. We've done Scotland quite a few times together, but Dawn's never been to Ireland, so you know, it all depends. We're just waiting to find out if somebody else is coming with us. Norway is happening. That's all booked up. That's going to be a 17-day trip to Norway in June. And just booked a trip to do the Pyrenees. We're going to get the boat down from Portsmouth down to Santander. And then we're going to do the Pyrenees and come up through the Italian Alps in September. That's not booked, as in the only thing that is booked is the ferry. We've got a rough route, just got to sort out all the hotels for it now. So there's 3 trips definitely on the cards then, there, and we're just going to do obviously our day trips on the weekends. I think the biggest issue I have is editing it all. I'm just a bit slow at editing. I mean, my crochet tip last year, I think I'm on episode 2. I think there's about another 6 episodes of that to come out eventually. I've really got to knock it down this year and start editing it. So if you look into the distance now, that is Snake Pass going up that hill. There's a calf up there as well. But when we get to the main road, we're going to turn right, follow it down into Buxton, and then come back on ourselves around the reservoir. So I've got no route now, just making it up from here. Pretty much know where I'm going. If I say that, I'll probably get lost anyway. Some nice bends here. Talking of which, I need some new tyres. These anarchies have had it now. I've got about 6,000 miles on it, but they were the OEM ones, so they have slightly less tread on, I believe, but I normally only get 6,000 out of a set of tyres because I do a lot of two up or fully loaded riding. You can just feed them. They're a bit scary in the wet, not so bad in the dry. I think we'll go in and get some of those Dunlop mutants. Oh god, it's cold. Yeah. Oh god, I wish I had some heated gear. I'm definitely ready for a cup of coffee. I might have a pasty as well. So this is Goyt Valley. Probably pronounced that completely wrong, but it's in Derbyshire. And we're heading down towards two reservoirs, one of which we can drive round or ride round. That reservoir in front of us, I don't believe there's a road round that one. From what I remember, to create these two reservoirs they had to submerge a village. I'll find out what the village's name is and I'll stick it on the screen when I do the edit, if I remember. Errwood Reservoir, that's what it's called. It's quite high, that is. When I was here in summer, we get round the other side, it was down about 30 foot. And if you do go in it, make sure you can swim because it is deep. And I wore some trainers because the bottom is absolutely full of mud and you don't know what's in it. I think it actually says no swimming. But I wasn't the only one, there was loads of people in there. It is very, very high. Yep, so I'm going to say you must not go in that water. It is dangerous, no swimming whatsoever. As we go along here, I've noticed a few people come off the hills on trials bikes. So there must be some tracks up there. I'm not taking the GS up there, it's a bit big for that. This is actually turns into a one-way, so when we come out at the other end, which is at the bottom of Snake Pass, the first time I come in here I came in that way, not realising it was one way, and it was a Sunday, so technically it was shut. I didn't know that either until I got to the far end and the bloke told me. He was going to let me out, I said, but oh no, I'll just turn around and go back the other way. It's a nice drop down there with a river. We're going to pull up somewhere along here. So we're cutting a few trees down anyway. I'll stop up here, take a picture. Don't do many close-ups of my bike. It's probably because I haven't cleaned it for a while. Just give it a wash off when it goes out in the salt. Triple black GS Adventure. A few accessories on it. A couple of weeks ago I experienced what I think is called cold cranking. So my bike started just. I went up the road about half a mile, realised I forgot something, came back, turned the bike off. When I come back out, it would not start. And the battery had been on the Optimate for 3 days. It hadn't been on the Optimate for the previous 2 weeks, and I'd realised that. So I put it on the Optimate for 3 days before I went out. But I couldn't get it started. So long and short of it is I went out and bought one of those Nocco 45 battery jumpers, and the next time I went out I'd had it on the Optimate for the last week, started up no problem. When I met my mate who's got a GS, and he'd been out on his on Tuesday and we were meeting up on the Monday. No, it wasn't, it was a Sunday. No, yeah, I don't know, yeah, whatever day. It was only 5 days between him going out. Anyway, he turned up. His bike had started fine, he pulled up, stopped, went to start, it wouldn't start. So I got the old jumper out, jumped it. So that tells me that it's not my bike, and it's not his bike, it must be everybody's bike. I don't know, I've read on chat forums that people experience the same thing. BMW don't accept any responsibility for the fact that battery in the cold seems to suffer. So I had a look round, and User, is it, the battery manufacturers, they do, instead of the 200A, they do the 240A, so that's got more cranking power on it, so it might be that I have to upgrade to that. I mean, today it's been on the Optimate all week, it started up, I mean, you know, it did sort of stutter a little bit as it just turned over and stopped. I had to do it again. I don't think the battery's up to what it should be. I might be wrong, but I'm not the only one that has the same problem. Anyway, here we come out at the end of this road, and to the right is the beginning of the Snake Pass, which is where we sort of came across earlier. But we're not going to go on it. So I said I wasn't going to go up Snake Pass. I'm not. I'm going to go up this little bit though. I'm going to turn right up there and head back down to the road we came out. For no reason whatsoever, other than that I thought, well, I'm here now, I might as well show you the cafe at the top of the pub. That is the famous Cat and Fiddle there. We're turning right here though, and then you would carry on Snake Pass, but it's 50 mile an hour average speed cameras, so I'm going to give it a miss. And now I'm headed home. It's about 85 miles. It's very barren up here. That's the 853 down there, so it sort of gives you a reference point to where I am. do sheep make me nervous? Not normally, because they normally just stand there and look at you. When I'm in Scotland, they seem to just want to jump out on you. So yeah, I am a bit wary of them. Well, that's it for today. Did about 150 miles. Got 40 of them left to do. I'm going to call it a day here. I hope you enjoyed a little trip around Derbyshire and parts of Staffordshire. It just leaves you to hit that like button, subscribe and the notification button, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.